that live because it's going to be, it'll probably auto record it, I'm assuming. And
Yeah,
then it'll be a recording I'm just able to trim, isn't it? All right. Anyway, I think we're ready to go. It's
let's go.
11:29.
Let's
Let me
do
hit
it.
record. Wait. Whoa, remembered, see? Record to the cloud.
All right, everyone, welcome to eXp Realty Explained. Bit of a discovery session. I'm Chris Jansen and I'm joined by Tony Fanfuller, and we're proud leaders of this incredible opportunity here in Australia. Today, all we want to do is share with you a little bit about our model and opportunity that's available to all industry agents. And all that we ask is if you're willing to have a bit of an open mind and to explore your real estate business potentially being done a little bit differently in 2025 that empowers you. We're going to dive into that. So, Tony, today we're going to talk about who we are, where we've come from, what we're doing, and all the things that we provide to support industry agents to be able to really prospect, list, nurture, negotiate, and transact. And outside of that, we're going to talk to you a little bit about some additional options that are readily available to our members and our community and our agents outside of just traditional transactional real estate. So, mate, pumped for this session.
Yeah, so here we are. We've had a challenge of technology, and no matter, even though they're the most advanced technical company in the real estate, we've had an enormous challenge the last 24 hours. But we're here, streaming live to YouTube for the very first time. For those that may watch that in the future, so we'll try and make this an
Yeah.
extra special one. Want to start with just a little bit of background. Founded in 2009 by Glenn Sanford in the US. It's expanded since then to we're approaching 27 countries and 90,000 agents. Australia's been operating since late 2019, so well over 5 years. And agents in Australia are now present in 5 states and looking to expand to the other states and territories this year. We are very much, our customer is you, the real estate agent. You're our client. We're here to support you with our model and with all of our support people, technology, administrators, trainers to support you in your self-employed, independent real estate career. We'll talk a little bit about that later, but that's what we're here for. A lot of our training is obviously designed around you improving your business, getting more clients, and getting more freedom in your life. And that's really the crux of the company and its direction and its drive. So, Chris, over to you. Just about tell us about what sort of agents can come to us, what sort of positions they may have been in the past, and what's available as far as the joining
Yeah,
eXp.
absolutely. So guys, all you need to do is jump on the search bar called google.com.au, type in our company, eXp Realty. There'll be a labyrinth and library of information that you can find incredible content, video to do your own research. We've got a couple of resources page that will dovetail and link in off the back of today's discovery session. But as Tony alluded to, essentially we exist to serve the industry agent. We're not a lead generation company, although we do help agents with their lead generation through coaching, training, and support. We aren't, we're not there as such to build franchises and place shop fronts and offices. Essentially, we're a cloud-based business that empowers industry agents to work with the freedom and autonomy anywhere you see fit, whether it be from home, whether it be from a satellite office, or whether it be from your traditional bricks and mortar office. A couple of ways you can come into business and partnership with eXp Realty and aligning with us. You can either be an independent contractor, essentially that enables you to be your own business entity, whether it be an ABN, proprietary limited company entity. And with that opportunity, the offering's the same. Either option that you come into eXp doesn't change. The deal's the same for our independent contractors as it is for our transactional PAYG commission-only agents. Um, so you can come to us, you can leverage the XP Realty brand if you like. So obviously you can, as I've done, leverage the global presence XP Realty has, not just local or national, or you can actually bring your own brand. So if you've got your own independent shop front, your own independent setup, maybe reoccurring subscriptions are getting costly for you. You're a little bit tired of paying all the supplier invoices. That's a little bit stressful. Or maybe the trust accounting is just getting a little bit daunting for you and you're losing a little bit of sleep at night, as Tony and I have been in that position before. We take a lot of that away from you. So essentially, you can plug in as your own business and brand as you are right now and leverage our ecosystem, or you can leverage the eXp Realty system. Now, if you're a commission-only agent, essentially we employ you, we take care of your super, your tax obligations, and we pay you within the fortnightly commission pay run accordingly. And we still give you freedom and autonomy to control your own marketing and branding initiatives. Obviously, all that we ask is that you keep a certain standard with your marketing, but we're not here to dictate where your head's got to be on a signboard or a brochure, or how big that can be, where your name can be at the top of the board or at the bottom of the board. Our branding really is about making your name the household face and go-to name. So essentially, you've got a couple of options there, but if you come on board with us, it's a $275 including GST onboarding fee. So Tony, that just gets all the systems set up in the back end. So your IT, email, CRMs, all your forms, everything essentially that you would need in a traditional office to be able to list and transact today is $275 for us to get set up. The only ongoing commitment there afterwards is a month-by-month subscription service, and that's $275, including GST per month, and it is month by month. There's no lock-in contracts, there's no franchise terms, and there most certainly is no geographical or territory restrictions. Think of us like Netflix. You opt in, subscribe in, you find incredible value within our model and business, and you stay for as long as you like. Or if you should ever want to leave for whatever reason, you don't even need to tell us why. You just cancel your monthly subscription. That's cool. And we're going to give you all your data, intellectual property, all your sold results, always remain your ownership, rightfully so, as the transactional agent. So that's the investment on the way in. 275 startup and then 275 month by month. So all up, $3,300 a year per annum is all you need to bolt into your bottom line to plug your transactional business into eXp Realty.
Yeah, and if you don't turn over a cent and all you've paid is $3,300, you have everything you need to transact 1 or 100 properties. All of the support systems, admin support, trust account support, everything is all there. So as Chris alluded to, there's a lot of different reasons why agents may come to us. I think we'll get to the big one, and that's commission. So
yeah.
These explains are unscripted. We've got some bullet points and things, but let's get early to the big one. And as a transactional agent working for franchises and things over my career, 28 years, I was lucky to get 36% for many of those years. Agents with eXp earn 75% of the commission up to 100,000 and 100% of the balance over 100,000 in their anniversary year. So quite simply, it's a 75-25 split of the first 100. So 25,000 comes to eXp. That's all eXp will take each year. No matter what you turn over in GCI, that's the maximum. That and your 3,300, as Chris talked about earlier, of a subscription fee, that's it. So if you add those two things together, 28,300, and you turn over $1, $2, $5, $1 million in GCI, you'll keep everything except for that 28,300. Nothing else that comes from you. There's one other cost that happens for vendors when they settle, and it's a transaction fee or an administration fee of $550. Nearly all of our agents pass that on to the vendor as an admin fee and insert it into a separate section in their authorities, depending on states. So that's a fee that the vendor pays only on settlement. If it was withdrawn, not sold, anything happens like that, the fee isn't paid. So it's a settlement fee only. Vendors also pay their marketing. So we're a vendor paid marketing service, and they pay that marketing in advance when they list. So more details about that we'll get into in a minute, marketing resources and things like that. But the main thing to start as a real estate agent independently is you need all of the technology subscriptions, and there could be a vast array of them. We provide all of them as part of the subscription. So Chris, if you want to run through just some of those big chunks of subscription tools that we know agents need that we do provide as part of our monthly subs.
Yeah, and as some of you might know, if you were to look to go open your own shop front today, 275 might only just get you one subscription alone. That could be CRM or RP Data. I think it's up around $300 a month now
That's
for a
right.
login. So for 275, you're going to get all of this. So every agent these days in 2025 needs an agent box, sorry, a CRM. We use Agent Box as part of our CRM that's provided to all agents who plug into our model. We also provide within the 275 full access to RP data, core logic. So obviously for quarterly market reports, whether it be chasing sales history, rental history, through to creating beautiful glossy digital proposals through RP proposals. Our agents have full access to the full suites and services of RP Data Core Logic. We also provide all your online forms. So I know some industry agents still like to print sales agreements, Tony, and contracts. You can do that, or if you want to do it electronically and digitally and get it all executed from all clients, whether it be sellers or buyers, we provide all your online form platforms so things can be electronically and digitally signed if that's part of your workflow. We also have vendor funding. So whilst we don't carry any vendor paid advertising debt, we're a business that has $0 debt in our business. That's why we can provide and give so much more back to our agents. So with our vendor paid advertising options, you can either have your client paid up front, or we've got an affiliation with a company that provides a solution in that space from funding vendor paid advertising through to pre-sale renovations and improvements in readiness for sale, even if they want their rent covered to sell an investment property as vacant. We've got secure document exchange through Secure Exchange. So this is just a platform we use, and I know, Tony, there's many offices out there to this day that are still sending out trust account information by email and SMS. And in the cybercrime phishing scam world we live in, I know agents have had to cover themselves, or agencies, a deposit going missing, right? So we use Secure Exchange as part of our plugin to securely release trust account information for payment of property deposits, which comes with $1 million insurance backing through that platform. We've got things like Home Pass. So if you love SMS automation for mass and bulk communication, whether it be after attendances at open inspections and viewings, or you want to retarget, you've got a new listing coming up, you want to retarget previous listings, perhaps you don't want to spend 6, 7, 8 cents doing it through your CRM. We've got Home Pass platform that it's free of charge to do mass bulk communication through your mobile phone through that app and publication. We've also got Canva Pro that was just announced late last year. So I know to get Canva Pro, it's going to cost you around $280 per annum, I think, from memory, Tony. All eXp Realty members and agents as part of our community across, the 27 countries we're going to be in 2025, get that subscription for free. So you no longer need the graphic designer. You don't have to outsource and pay somebody money if you just want to create quick and efficiently your own digital social assets and tiles. There's a lot more that happens outside of that, mate. Obviously, we've got some AI automation stuff that we train on. There's a lot of free stuff outside of our subscription, but that's kind of the nuts and bolts of what a transactional agent needs to get up and running, listing and selling.
Yeah, and obviously the next thing that agents will require is uh, trust accounting. So we do all of that for you, as Chris alluded to. So when you think about the technology that's required, you don't have to have the tech to do a trust account. Neither are you going to have to worry about balancing bank statements or bank accounts or anything like that. So all of that's done for you as far as trust monies, deposits, and things like that. So no other
Mm.
technology really. When you think of everything, if you're an agent sitting in your office right now and you go to your desktop and look at all of those icons that might be sitting there that you have to open, all of those things that you've got now are replaced by something that comes through our subscription for you to go ahead and do the same job you've always done using the tools that will provide you in that one monthly fee. One of the things that agents ask me is, what don't we do? So we don't always cover this. There's two things I want to talk about that
Mm.
we don't do. So we don't arrange your marketing for you. So
Yep.
you will, in conjunction with your vendor, choose the marketing that you wish to do. We provide you portals, REA, Domain, View, and many other portal access to upload the properties onto. But that's a decision you and your vendor will make. you'll order your boards, you'll order your photos, floor plans, you'll order your brochures and things like that. We have suppliers we can suggest for you, but you're completely of your own decision of which suppliers you'd like to use for each of those things. Once you've chosen a supplier, let's say it's a photographer you like, that photographer sends us his invoice for the property that he's photographed. We'll pay the invoice, set up an account with them. They'll be paid direct by our accounts team every time they do a job for you. And you don't have to worry about paying suppliers or, again, entering them into accounting program or anything like that. You'll do all of that. But it is something that, for those of you that are
Yeah.
sitting in an office and just handball it to an admin person to take care of booking that marketing, it is something that you'll be a bit more hands-on with. None of it's difficult. You've probably had a bit of involvement with it, but I know that I've been in offices where I have just handballed those things, order a board for this property and it's just done. So a little bit, that's one thing we won't do. And I know that, agents have asked me, about that in the past. The other thing we don't do, Chris, and we've talked about this, and it's something that, is an ongoing conversation, is we don't do lead generation for you. We teach you as much as we possibly can in our training sessions about prospecting, lead gen, all the methods, all the tools, all the things that you could possibly do out there in your market, but we don't do it for you. We don't supply you with a vendor lead. So that's that. Vendors are your clients, you're our client. So that I just want to be clear about, because it is something that we get asked about, and something that we want to be clear about with anyone joining. So, but training wise, we know that all training is focused on helping you generate leads. Everything points to that, whether it's training on customer service or training on technology. The end result is about vendor leads. That's really what we're all here for.
100%. And just on the marketing, folks, I'll touch on, we give full control back to you. So I know Tony and I have come from office environments where the database is very locked down. There's only certain areas of the database that you can potentially touch or access. We open it up to you. So if you want to change a text of a property, if you want to move the photos around, you want to add a video link, if you want to assign another agent to your listings as a secondary agent, we let you do everything. Obviously, because the portals are under our company entity, we just click them live for you. And we do that for a number of reasons. One, compliance check. We have licensees in all the states that we're operating in, soon to be more states and territories, because I know we're getting asked that question every day. When are you coming to Northern Territory, TAS, ACT? That's happening in 2025. But we check things before they go live to minimize risk to you. Right. And that's part of the compliance requirements of having the licensees dedicated to each of the states that we're operative in. So let's talk about support, mate. So firstly, I want to start off with saying that all our support staff are here in Australia. They're not outsourced, they're not overseas. So in all the countries eXp Realty globally opens in, they employ a local country leader through to operations, marketing, onboarding, transactional teams, finance team, the whole lot is run out of that country locally. So firstly, I'm going to start off, we have an agent services and onboarding team. So think of it as maybe the Sharon at front desk that you used to going to in an office and saying, I need help with this. Can you do that for me? It's no different than what we've got with our onboarding and agent services team. It's except instead of it being done at a front desk, it's all done electronically, digitally online, which creates more efficiencies too. Things can happen a lot faster with speed. So we have a team that will help onboard you before day one. So that's transferring of data, getting your CRM up and running, getting your emails set up, all your technology access, all your REA profile, and any potential listings that can come over. Pretty much we get your match ready before day one. The agent services team, we're there daily. We have a corporate team during business hours, Monday to Friday. Obviously, people like myself and Tony, we help agents outside of those business hours because we appreciate real estate isn't Monday to Friday, 9 to 5.
And
So,
Chris, I just want to, we haven't done this before either. When we talk about support,
I like this.
I want to show you something.
Yeah, go.
Here we go.
Brilliant.
Can you see eXp well?
Yeah, mate. Sure
Great.
can. So this is our virtual
talking about
world.
agent support. So, at any time, any of our agents can go into our unique eXp world. And I'm just going to hit the connect button and I'm going to spin around live. And here I am, I'm in our Australia support team. There,
Yep.
sitting there is Christine Hill, who's one of our onboarding and listing support. And over here, another desk is Rachel Griffiths, who's also onboarding listing support. So live, if I walked into their office right now and said hello, they'll say hello back. And if I'm an agent that wants something, some sort of support, whether it's transactional or technology or anything like that, they'll be there to help you right now, can share their screens, log into your screen, things like that, to give you as much in-depth support as possible. So just a quick look at that. We haven't done that before, but it's something that
That's great. Yeah, because
that's a
it's
live. I just clicked in there live right now, so there it is. And the support is as deep and as informative as possible. If it's a software program issue that maybe needs to go back to the support for that program, like if it's RP Data or Agent Box or something like that, we've got their support services as well.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a live synopsis of what you would see in a normal office environment, bricks and mortar style, to we have an office and we do have a front desk, and Christine and Rachel are there. You can plug in at any time. We also have a Meta workplace chat that's available to our members and agents. So a couple of different ways that you connect virtually through chats, obviously email, phone, obviously as well for certain stakeholders internally. So you got onboarding, agent service. Then let's move to when you get a listing. So most agents just want to focus on listing, Tony. I get that. So they don't want to deal with processing. So we have a listing processing team that will distribute, get that listing out, compliance check, make sure everything's above board. Again, minimizing things to you as the agent before things start to happen with the listing going out and marketing. Then once you get the property on the market, all you need to do is prepare that property's marketing yourself, yes, or your VA or assistant or whoever does it for you, is negotiate and sell the property. Once you effect the contract, you simply process the contract digitally and virtually to our contract to settlement team. They're going to disperse all the relevant documentation to the relevant parties, whether that be conveyancers, lawyers of the like, etc. Obviously, depending on your state, once formalities contractually are completed, the buyer is going to pay a deposit, right? So we have a finance team. So we'll start off with our trust account administrator. She will then receipt all the deposits as they're received, including any marketing funds as part of vendor paid advertising, and take care of all the trust account auditing, daily reconciliation, all that stuff that just bogs you down as a business owner. That's all taken care of. The other arm to our finance business is, paying you. So taking care of payroll. So if you're a commission only agent, you get paid within the 14-day cycle. Whereas if you're me as an independent contractor, you're generally getting paid on settlement day. So I had a couple of settlements the other week, Tony, and the money was in my account that day. So the team will take care of that. The other notation to that is suppliers. Suppliers don't bill you or I, irrespective of being a commission-only agent or an independent contractor. They bill us, eXp Realty Australia. So we're going to pay your signboard suppliers, people that print your brochures, REA, domain, everything like that. We don't want you dealing with accounts payable and receivable. We just want you to focus on hunting, prospecting, listing, nurturing, negotiating, and selling. And the last thing, we've got compliance with state licensees, as I mentioned at the beginning, that are there ad hoc, all hours, to support you with compliance or just general day-to-day ad hoc things that come into a transactional real estate world. Sometimes I consider myself, Tony, as the online principal, because I do get calls at 7 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. Hey, Chris, got this situation, sticky vendor, negotiation, price point, whatever it might be. We do mentor, train, coach, not just look after compliance.
And when Chris talks about going out and hunting and listing and selling, that's to your own level that you choose. So we're not measuring you in your number of appraisals or listings or sales or anything like that. We have agents that are semi-retired and might only do 4 or 5 sales a year for those clients that they've built up over decades. That's fantastic. That's fine. We're not here offering the service to set any minimums when it comes to performance. There isn't any. There's no minimums, no maximums of what you want to do in your life. Remembering you're going to keep 75% up to 100 and then the balance after. So you turn over 200,000, you're going to keep 175.
Yep.
You only have to go and look at your pay slips or wherever you are currently and work out if you turn over 200,000 at your current employee, how much you keep. It
Yeah.
won't be anything like 175. But so less work for more return, or more
Yep.
work for much more return. Your choice.
Love it. Work smarter, not harder. It's about take home, not turnover. Let's jump into property management, mate. So one of the things we've aligned ourselves with since 2019 is working with a company that provides a solution for every agent, irrespective of their current license situation or geographical location, to put a stop on just ticking and flicking any landlord and property management asset opportunities. Because as we know, most agents typically get a 1 week letting fee for a referral, whoever they're referring to. Some people pay less, some people pay more, but let's say it's 1 week letting fee. Whereas actually owning the asset can be 3, 4 times more in value than just getting that referral fee. So we've got 4 options readily available to all industry agents, irrespective of your license as it stands right now in your geographical location, that you can tap into. There's no additional cost for this. It's an exclusive offering to eXp Realty Australia members only. So there's no onboarding fee. There's no additional monthly service or subscription fee to be aligned with the company that we're partnered with and collaborating with this on. But essentially, the 4 options enable you to do some of the in-the-field work, because some agents maybe want to just capture a portion of that revenue as they're building their sales business, through to having it all done for you in metropolitan areas. So for myself, I don't want to do ingoings, outgoings, routines, tenant, management and communication. So essentially, all I do is I just get the management, win the business, if you want to call it, the BDM of my own property management rent roll, and I pass it on to this company who then manage it and nurture it ongoingly there forward. There is a portion of revenue sharing that is required, because obviously there is resources and overheads to manage any rent roll business. But the main thing is, I want you to think of it, it gives every industry agent now the opportunity, without opening a traditional bricks and mortar business and having to be that principal, to actually own, scale, and build your own rent roll asset. That's 100% yours, Tony. You can continue to
And
scale and build it.
if you're a class 2 agent or agent's rep or whatever it is
Yeah,
referred to in your state, you can actually start building a rent roll without the license
yeah.
whilst you go about doing that license. And I think that you can build that rent roll for up to a year or so,
Yep.
whilst you get your license, and you're working with eXp. And then when you get your license, it's completely your rent roll, your asset, but you can start immediately if you are a class 2 licensee.
Yeah, and it's massive, mate, because rent rolls are highly lucrative. It's passive income. They're incredibly saleable. And we've had agents that have partnered with us, build a rent roll in quick succession, sold it off within a couple of years and received a 6-figure check. And now they're rebuilding again, and they might sell it off again or continue to grow it as they see fit. So it's an incredible opportunity. And the key thing here, though, Tony, is this is set up commercially right. I know there's handshake deals out there in the industry where it's, hey, Tony, I'm buddy, buddy, mate, mate. Yeah, yeah, park your rent rolls with me. Well, whose entity does that management actually sit under? And that's where the commercial risk is. Whereas we can transparently show you exactly how we've got this commercially set up and structured correctly. So the management always remains in your name and as your intellectual property. Mate, talk to us about offices, because sometimes I get the odd objection, not so much as we move forward into this new era of I need an office, because, I was just talking to an agent who joined us recently who said, I used to only just go in the office to pick up what I need, spend about an hour, and I'd go home anyway, right? So we're all spending more time working from home than ever before as an industry. But let's say if I need a little bit of an office to catch up with that generational client that wants to meet at an office, how do we overcome that?
Yeah, so we have Regis offices that are available to all of our members throughout the world. There are multiple offices in all the capital cities that you're able to go into. Again, a relationship negotiated by the company for all of our agents, so that there's no cost to you to go in and use that office to have an informal type meeting, and no cost. If you choose to request a private office, in the room with the door closed type thing, there is a cost to that. It is reduced, but that's something that's a cost. But you can go in, use all of their open areas. They've got some beautiful offices around the country that you're able to go in and use that environment with your clients at no cost. So it does overcome, that if there is a challenge around, you need to meet a client in an office, that's overcome for you.
Beautiful. All right, let's move into the other revenue options and equity ownership in the model itself as well. So, we have a revenue share program that is readily available to all eXp Realty members, whether you're a transactional agent or maybe if you're just an attractor. People follow you, right? Because you're influential. Maybe you're a team builder. You want to have aspirations to build an organization, or maybe you're used to running a little effective team within your environment, but eventually every agent within your team within a couple of years gets skilled and experienced and they want to go out and do it all themselves, right? Because I know that happens in many offices. Um, the revenue share program allows you to tap into eXp Realty's global revenue. Okay. Now, I want to be very clear here. The revenue share program doesn't deduct it out of the agent's commission. It comes out of eXp total revenue and it's top line, not bottom line. It's not profit share, it's total revenue share. 50% of all the revenue that's generated by eXp Realty globally is redistributed out to its agents and members. Just last year alone, eXp redistributed out $242 million back out. So keep that in mind. The revenue share program goes 7 levels deep. It's passively paid by eXp Realty on the 21st of every month. Think of it as a legacy payment opportunity in that it gives you the ability, if you want to go down this space, to maybe eventually get off the tools of listing and selling or dying and not actually retiring. It's transferable to family, so you can transfer it to your wife, your husband, your kids. But again, if that's something you want to explore, because some agents love our model, Tony, just to be able to transact and make an abundance more in commissions through what they're retaining. We have some members and attractors that love building teams and downlines and tapping into eXp Realty's revenue because it is in the billions of dollars, our global revenue. If that's something you want to explore, please just connect out with us directly and we can book in a little bit of a rev share explain session with you directly. Equity ownership though, Tony, let's talk a little bit about how an agent or an attractor as part of our model can actually get some skin in the game and own a little bit of equity in the model itself as well.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of different ways that we can earn equity. One of the major ways is through our icon program. Um, so we have a 3 or 4% of our agents that achieve icon status in any year are rewarded with $15,000 of company shares. So it's a program that won't go into the nitty gritty of what the numbers are, but it's a program that will give you those shares. Then from there, if you participate in our training sessions and things like that as a guest, impart to your colleagues in eXp your expertise, you're going to be rewarded with a further $6,000 of shares in that year. So that's the major way that we can earn shares. We also can earn shares. Your first sale, you earn shares. When you cap, you'll earn shares. That's when you reach the $100,000. We also have a salary sacrifice or a commission sacrifice program where if we choose to give up 5% of our personal income in exchange for shares, we get a 5% discount on those shares. It's a program that can be switched on and off. It's not opt in and never change or opt out and never change. You can switch that on and off depending on where you're at, perhaps in your income in that particular year. So, but a 5% discount straight away on those shares that you've voluntarily decided to purchase. So, Chris, we better wrap this up. We're just on the half-hour mark. We like to sort of make this half hour. I think the last thing we talked about support systems, everything, training. What have we got in on offer for training?
Well, you only need to jump on our YouTube channel, folks, and you'll see a library of intel there on the training that we don't just talk it, we actually walk it day in, day out. Tony's a transactional agent licensee, operations extraordinaire. I'm a licensee, I'm a transactional agent. So a lot of the training that we provide, which I'm incredibly proud of, is we don't outsource it. We don't go and pay for, somebody to try and don't get me wrong, there's some great coaches and trainers out there, Tony, but I've sat in many, many sessions where I think, okay, you're preaching, but when was the last time you sold a home? And you don't always, often with some coaches and trainers, you hear, but they don't show. Like, what does it really look like if I was to bolt that system into my business today? How do you use it? So a lot of our training is actually show and tell. It's real, whether it be new AI solutions, whether it's setting up, we've got business by design coming up, mate, where we're going to do a basic how to create a Canva design to then generate a meta ad campaign, to then create a lead forms, to then retarget the audience that have maybe connected with you over the last 90 days, whether it be on your website, whether it be on a lead form, whether it be on your ad, your social media, whatever it is, we actually show it. Because I hear it from a lot of agents, Tony. They say, I sat at this seminar, I sat at this training, and it's a person on stage and they talk, but they don't show. What we pride ourselves on is we'll talk about it, but we're going to show it to you.
Mm.
So, we train weekly, whether it be members and agents on the ground as part of our community that are sharing right now what's working well for them in their business, through to stuff, not just working in your business, but also working on your business, like the business by design. That's not always just about listing and selling and prospecting and scripts and dialogues. It's actually how to work on your business and taking that time to evolve your business from where it was last year and how you can get it to a better position this year.
And look, we host sessions on goal setting and business planning and all of the things that you may need to build your business. And certainly, the eye conversation sessions and things that Rob Davis, one of our licensees, hosts with our top agents. The collaboration and the sharing of their knowledge and their experiences is boundless. And certainly some incredible tools. I use tools now that, as I look at my Trello board that I got from Peter Forbes, an agent in
Yeah,
Dalby in Queensland. I use his ideas. I didn't have that before. I've never had it in my career, and here I am with this, system that we use that is
amazing.
managing my transactions. So just great ideas that are shared, and they're shared every day on our internal chat systems. I know there were questions this morning about rental questions that were there, and agents just give and give and give with their knowledge and experiences on to their colleagues in eXp on what they do to overcome whatever the challenge was that was asked about. So, certainly a lot of collaboration, lots of communication, no conflict that we have any problem with or anything like that. So, unlike if you're sitting in your office now and you look left and look right, they're your competitors as much as the person across the road with the other banner. You're all competing for the business. That's not how we operate here. It's really open and fluid, and everywhere there's plenty to go around, and everybody loves to share and collaborate.
100%. Great way to finish up on the session. Call to action, folks. All that we ask is don't hear from the naysayers. Maybe if you're sitting on the fence or you're looking at alternative options where to take your real estate business and career and lifestyle into 2025, pick up the phone, speak to one of our eXp Realty member agents. You only need to Google us. You'll see us everywhere on the internet, and have a conversation to them. See how they found coming into eXp Realty and what we do and the value that we provide to their business and lives as they know it. Or alternatively, just check out all our social media content, our videos. We are very open book here and very transparent. But whatever you do, thanks for joining us on this session. And Tony, until the next one, we'll catch you.